Hey everyone, we are again looking at potential Tropical Cyclone 9 and what impacts it may bring to the Caribbean and the Southeast. Of course, before we could get into the forecasts, be sure to subscribe if you are liking these types of videos and want more of these types of forecasts. Right now, we are currently looking at the Atlantic tropical cyclones and disturbances. As you can see, we have potential Tropical Cyclone 9 now just southeast of Puerto Rico. Maximum sustained winds is going to be at 45 miles per hour. Minimum central pressure 1006 millibars. Located at 15.8 north, 63.7 west, or just southeast of Puerto Rico, of course. And movement is west-northwest at 23 miles per hour, just straight towards the Florida area. Now, the formation potential, both is for formation chance through 48 hours is a high 90%, as well as formation chance through 5 days is high 90%. So we definitely do have a very high chance for this developing. This is definitely going to develop into a tropical storm, and very slight chance for this turning into a hurricane. We are now looking at the cone of uncertainty, as you can see here. We currently do have a very large area of a tropical storm force wind extent. We do also have tropical storm warnings all in these blue coast areas. Puerto Rico, these windward islands, Dominican Republic, Haiti are all under these tropical storm warnings. And now the Bahamas are under a tropical storm watch. Also, the southern coast of the Dominican Republic is now under a tropical storm watch. The reason why it isn't a tropical storm yet is because on the satellite imagery, all this cloud cover and convection is really just disorganized. But you do have tropical storm force winds, so that's why there's those tropical storm warnings out. But it is currently not a tropical storm. It is still not potential for a tropical cyclone, but still not a tropical storm. It's because of that convection. It's really not too organized. It's very broad rotation right now, but once that really organizes, that will turn into a tropical storm, as you can see. In that yellow color, you have tropical storm force winds hitting the Windward Islands and about to hit Puerto Rico. So Puerto Rico, you better be ready for this, for some tropical storm winds and a lot of convection with this, which is thunderstorms. By 8 a.m. Thursday, it is going to be making landfall on the Dominican Republic as a tropical storm. By 8 a.m. Friday, it's just going to go south of the Bahamas. By 8 a.m. Saturday, it is approaching southern Florida. And by 8 a.m. Sunday, looks like it will be making some impacts on Florida, but not quite making landfall. But by 8 a.m. Monday, it is expected to make a landfall on kind of the eastern panhandle of Florida area. So definitely, this does have a potential for making landfall on Florida. But definitely, it is moving more westward. So this definitely does have a chance for not even making landfall on Florida, but definitely could see some impacts, even though it's not going to be making landfall. Wind speed, tropical storm force winds, wind speed probabilities. As you can see, Puerto Rico is in a high 90% chance you're going to see these tropical storm force winds. Dominican Republic, you're going to see around a 70 to 80% chance you're going to see these tropical storm force winds. Then you start getting lower chances. This is going to go up in the upcoming days. So definitely, this isn't going to stay the same probability, but definitely it will be going up in that in those upcoming days. Florida right now does have around a 10 to 30% chance they will see some tropical storm force winds. Bahamas is around a 10 to 20% chance you'll see this tropical storm force winds. So right now is highest across these Caribbean area. Arrival time of these winds, and as you can see, Wednesday 8 p.m. all those winds have reached Puerto Rico by then. By Thursday 8 a.m. and those winds have reached the Dominican Republic and Haiti. Thursday 8 p.m. it is reaching Cuba now. Friday 8 a.m. it is starting to make its way across Cuba and the Bahamas. Friday 8 p.m. it is starting to make impacts on Florida. By Saturday 8 p.m. it's still making impacts, as you can see. And that is pretty much the end right now, but they will extend it once it gets closer to Florida. Alright, as you can see, here's the marine surface plot just to the southeast of Puerto Rico, and it just made landfall on the Windward Islands. That's where that low pressure is, right where that potential tropical cyclone Isaiah is right now. Here's the current spaghetti models. As you can see, all of them are going towards this Florida area. Some of them are making landfall, and pretty much all of them are making landfall, as you can see. But just not quite making landfall on the southern part of Florida. Most likely it will be making landfall on near the panhandle of Florida, and then go up the coast here, and maybe making landfall on some of these more East Coast states. But definitely, Florida will be seeing its first tropical storm. Another spaghetti model does have some making landfall on Florida. This is the GFS tracks, as you can see. But most of them do have it going up the East Coast, as you can see there. But the GFS is definitely not a very reliable model here. But definitely, it will be making landfall on Florida in the upcoming days. Even if this model does say it's going to go up the East Coast, we are really confident this is definitely not going to go up the East Coast, but it's just going to go south right here and then make landfall, and most likely on around the panhandle of Florida, kind of that northern part of Florida, I should say. But it will be still making impacts on that central part of Florida area, but definitely, most likely, it won't be making landfall in that central part of Florida, but it will be making landfall on that more northern part of Florida. CMC spaghetti models, and some of them do have it going, making landfall on Florida. Some of them also have it even going up here into the Gulf and making landfall in Louisiana. It's really the CMC models, the CMC spaghetti models are really just all over the place. It's not really focused or anything, but it's just really giving the paths of what's possible. Finally, the intensity guidance here, and most likely it is that tropical storm force strength. As you can see, they're just not pronounced a tropical storm yet. That convection really just needs to organize, and then it will be pronounced at tropical storm strength. It does have a very small chance for turning into a Category 1 hurricane, but most likely if it does, it will be a very low-end Category 1 hurricane, and it will be definitely very much still a tropical storm. Lastly, we are going to be looking at the infrared satellite imagery. As you can see, it was a little bit more organized a couple hours ago. It did get a little more unorganized, as you can see. Once all this convection comes together and all that cloud cover really develops that center of rotation, it will be pronounced that tropical storm. But as you can see, very organized, but definitely is more organized than yesterday. It was becoming kind of that tropical storm look a couple of hours ago, early this morning. But now, once you get to around midday today, and it's really becoming a little more unorganized. But definitely, once that convection comes together, it will be pronounced that tropical storm. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel and did enjoy this video, and make sure to share this video with any friends or family that may be affected by this potential tropical storm. Anyways, stay safe.